Alright guys, new day, new video. So I'm out in the garage, just kind of clean up a little bit there. Gotta get some junk going on the car there, so I'm gonna start by, getting the alternator mounted, take some stuff out, some miscellaneous sensors, make sure all the bolts are tight, stuff like that. I was screwing around today. I went to the auto parts store to try and get some exhaust stuff, because I was gonna try and make some downpipes and stuff for the manifolds. And while I was there, they actually had a new old set of headers. You can see they've been around for a while, and they gave me a pretty good deal on them. I got a little bit of rust on them and stuff, but so everything's there, the hardware, the gaskets and all that stuff. I really wanted to use these ram horns because, I mean, they look cool. I've had them for a while. I'll show you underneath here the battle I was going to be in for. So the driver's side is actually not too bad. It's the passenger side right here. Get the light going. So the exhaust has to drop down and fit somewhere around here, and the wheels are straight. Once the wheels are turned, everything's going to go over. So it has to, really what I need, unfortunately, I don't think these ram horns really work. You need the old school log ones that come out the back and then come straight down. Because then I still got to worry about a little bit of clearance on the cross member and everything. So these cross members, or the headers are supposed to fit in perfectly. So I'm gonna try that out and see if I wasted $200 or not. But that's what I'm gonna do a little bit today. Get working on that, and then see what I can do for the rest of the exhaust to go back some tailpipes or some mufflers. I don't know how it's always possible. Headers just never seem to fit. So I've been screwing around. I'd do a little bit of bashing on both of them, but screw over here. Oh, let's get the light set up. So there we go. I mean, it was real tight around there. I do a little fine tuning, but now I'm kind of halfway back, and then it's pretty much a straight shot. I don't have a lot to deal with. I gotta put the starter back in. I'm hoping I should have enough room. It'll be far enough away, I won't heat soak it or anything. But yeah, that's that. And the other side went actually not too bad at all. So I can't complain too much. So now I gotta just kind of figure out what I want for some pipe. I'll do some measuring. I'm hoping I'll just go straight back, mufflers and some dumps. Life will be good. Alright, so starter's in. Exhaust is, I got the headers all tightened up where they're going to be. I think everything's okay. I ran the steering back and forth a few times. Seems good enough for me. I talked to my parts guy. Hopefully my trunk pan and carpet and stuff will be in tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. He gets stuff either Wednesdays or Fridays. So tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm hoping for that. So I'd like to take a bit of a break from these headers. Not going to lie, the exhaust got me frustrated today. So I'm hoping I can get, maybe lay out some carpet, start grinding away in the trunk, get that done, so that's kind of more satisfying. And then, yeah, keep making progress. But I'm done for tonight. Supper time, it's getting kind of late, and I've had enough. So be back at tomorrow, hopefully with a bunch of new parts. Otherwise, we're back on exhaust. Alright, what's going on, guys? So it's actually been a couple days since I'm working out in the garage, but I spent a little bit of time cleaning up in here. So everything's kind of somewhat organized. This is all the parts that still have to go on the car yet. I managed to find a bunch of miscellaneous heater hoses and some radiator hoses, so maybe I can make that work without having to buy anything, so that'll be pretty sweet. A few parts came in, so I got a carpet kit. I just tossed it in the box in the car. I filled the car with parts, so that's what it's good for. And I got this rear trunk floor pan. They all rust. All these tri-5s rust, right in there and all along the bottom. Now it's a bit of a pain. On the 55 I did this pan as well, but it's kind of a three-piece thing. So there's a brace that goes across, which bolts the back of the frame with some body mounts. Then the pan goes in, and this kind of tail pan all gets sandwiched together. So it's gonna be a bit of a trick getting the old rusty one out. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm not gonna put this one in like I did with the 55 and make it perfect. I'll just kind of get it in there, see if I can buzz it in, a little bit of seam sealer, and it'll be good enough. Otherwise, like, I don't want to touch it because I want to just leave the outside and everything as good as I can. Underneath the brace actually isn't too bad, so it's really just the trunk floor on this one. So I want to get that done, and then I'm going to work on this dog leg, because then all the body work will be done. Once this is done, I can put the fuel tank in. I have the old tank from the 55, which I kept. So let's double check and make sure the sender works. It was, I got a deal on one, so I didn't put it, I swapped it out. So just kind of dented up and stuff, but paint it black, it'll be fine for this car. And then, yeah, then I mean it should run, and I can make sure it drives, make sure rear end's good and the transmission and all those sort of things. Then it's put the interior together, which it was complete by the looks of it, just all taken apart and put in boxes, and then some exhaust and miscellaneous odds and ends. Yeah, it should be good. So it's today's Thursday, so this is 3 weeks owning this thing exactly today. So this weekend will be a big weekend, I'm thinking. I should be able to have it run on its own. Well, this weekend, I'm thinking, once I get the trunk floor done, tank in and all that, then it's a matter of kind of putting the hood on, putting the interior in, making all the lights work and all that sort of stuff, and driving it. Alright, so here's the progress I've been making. I kind of eyeball cut out the rusty part of the floor, so it's on the ground. I managed to grind all the spot welds off. This is the brace that goes underneath. So it came out pretty good. Now it was rotted out from here to here, which is on, you know, the other side of the frame. This is the frame rails right there. So it actually worked out pretty good. All the junk gets spit back there from the tires. So on the inside of the frame rails is still good. That's where the body mounts go, and that's where all the structure is. So that worked out okay. I'll just have to kind of bend something up and run it across. This is the floor pan, so you can kind of see this is where the spare tire stamp would be. So I have lots of material on the pan to use there. So I'll probably end up just kind of masking what I want, cut it out, put it in, mark it, and then cut that out and put it in. On the 55 I went crazy and I butt welded it all together, made it look real pretty. On this one I'm just going to kind of lay it over top, leave a 1/2 inch or something like that, weld it in, seam seal it, and call that done. So it's going pretty good. I mean, it's kind of ugly work lying on your back cutting and grinding, but it's in pretty good shape. All the braces and all that underneath are good. Where the fuel tank's going to go, I just got to do a little bit of work in the corners here, because the pan does have to kind of fit in against the, you know, I guess this inner trunk wall and stuff like that. So I'll have to grind out there, slit it in. That should be good. So yeah, I'll get to trimming this piece up to about what I want, get it slid in there, and kind of bring you guys back and show you how it's turning out. Okay, so here's the part I cut off to make the panel fit. So it actually works out pretty good. I just put a bunch of Tech screws in there, kind of hold it down. There's a bit of a gap on the edge on both sides, but not too bad. I can hammer that in. And again, the body mounts in, so the bolts are in there if you can see that or not. And then, yeah, kind of put some Tech screws across. Right here, the shape was a little different. This is some sort of plate on top, which kind of has a, I guess it must attach to the straps for the gas tank or something. So instead of kind of cutting that out, because it was actually in pretty good shape, I just slid it, I hammered it down so it's kind of flat. I'll weld that in, I'll weld my slits up, and I'll kind of grind it down nice and smooth. And then once I seam seal it, you'll never know. So next step is start kind of welding this thing in and hammering it in place at the same time. And then a bunch of grinding. So it's tedious and boring, but it's got a trunk floor again. And then once I get that, I just have to double check where I put it. This is the rotted out trunk latch, so I'll have to make that fit again. But that shouldn't be too bad. It fit once, it'll fit again. Okay, so I got this piece all kind of tacked in there. You know, welded in my little pieces. You can see the heat marks there, so that's where I got underneath up. So that's all together. So I just got to kind of finish welding that in, grind it all down nice, and then I'll seam seal it, seam seal the underside, and then it's pretty much ready for undercoating. And I guess before I do that, I actually got to weld in that trunk latch. So I got to do that before I paint it. But otherwise, making lots of progress. Well, as it turns out, I don't have any seam sealer, so I'm going to leave this for tonight. I don't really feel like starting on the dog leg of the door there. Sure, you guys stopped by and watched the videos, gave some cool vintage Lakewood traction bars and some old air shocks. So thank you, Greg, for that. I think I'm done for the night. I'm going to go in and have some supper. Tomorrow after work, I'll stop by Rondex, get some more seam seal and a few things for the weekend. I should be able to knock that out tomorrow. And yeah, carry on. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I just got off work. I did a little bit of work to the car before I started filming. So I stopped by Rondex on the way home. I picked up some seam sealer so you can kind of see. Just kind of glued it in there. I ended up welding on the little latch so it's all adjusted and it works. Here's the lock set I ended up getting. So it's got doors, ignition, and I think that one's the trunk. And it comes with a set of keys, so they're all keyed the same, so that'll be good. I started on this little dog leg here, just kind of grinding it down so I know what I got to do, make a few little patches and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's that. So I'm going to let this set up for a little bit. I think I might just paint this body color because the rest of the car is, and then I'll put in the lock. There's actually a special little kind of tab to hold in. Like these are for the doors, but I guess it'll probably work for the trunk as well. So I'll try putting that in, make sure that all works, bring you back, and we'll go from there. So there we go. Locks in, just like 1957, works perfect. Put a coat of paint. I went with the body color I had. I might rocker guard that black, we'll see. It looks okay. Hopefully once I clean up the rest of the trunk it'll match a little bit better. But pretty simple, seam sealed, painted, that's all done. I'll work on the door later on tonight or tomorrow. I'll get that all finished up. I'm just putting a couple of coats of black paint on this fuel tank, so I'm doing the other side. I'll flip it, paint the other side. But I think that's where this video is going to end for today. I'll be back at it tomorrow. It's the weekend, so I got lots of ideas. The guy who dropped off these traction bars and some shocks, apparently he's got an exhaust system I might be able to use. So I'm hoping fuel tank in, exhaust on, maybe do a little wiring, make this thing run like it should. That's it for now. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe to the video, tell your friends. And I don't know, we'll be back on the next one. Alright guys, see you later.